What's going on, guys? Coach Vic here. Welcome back to another episode of the Ferrante Baseball Performance Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the mental skill of process over outcome and why every athlete must master this skill set. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so reason number one is the process is the present. When we are trying to perform at a high level in anything, especially baseball or softball, we must be present and in the moment in order to play to our potential. The process, thinking about the process, are the moves, the steps, and the actions that you must take in order to create the results that you want. If your mind is somewhere else other than on that process, it's going to be very, very difficult to perform to the level that you hope. Many times we get caught up in the result that we're after or the lack of result that we are getting, and that distracts us from the process, which will actually give us the result that we're getting. You could see how this can cause some problems. Okay, number two, process over outcome is like a staircase. What you want in life or in your baseball, softball career is at the top of those steps. It's great, we know where we want to go, but now we must revert our focus back to taking the individual steps every single day that are going to make sure that we're making progress towards that goal. So, of course, the outcome and the result that we are after is very, very important, but we have to understand that you have to shift your focus away from the result in order to dial in on your daily process. Another way of thinking of this is telescope versus microscope goals. Telescope is your long-term 3, 5, 10-year goal, and then the microscope comes down to the monthly, the weekly, the daily goals. In order to get to the telescope goal, we have to revert back to the microscope goals in order to make sure that we're making daily progress toward that goal. So in other words, we are reverse engineering. We know the outcome, we know the results that we're after, the goals that we want to achieve, and now we must reverse engineer it to see, well, who and what do I need to be in order to get there? Do I need to be bigger, faster, stronger, smarter? The skill set comes in when you can take your focus away from the ultimate goal and revert it back to your daily routine and your daily steps. So number three, controlling the controllables, right? What happens is when we don't get the results that we want, we tend to blame everything on the outside of us for not getting those results. When in reality, the reason you're not getting the results is because of where your focus is. You're not focused on the right things at the right time in the right place. You get bad results, you focus on the bad results. Most players don't shift their focus into where they need to improve in order to recalibrate and adjust to make sure that the results improve. Hey, for example, I hit a ball hard, I square up a ball on the nose, and I line out. Okay, I did my job. I succeeded as a hitter, and I hit the ball on a line, I hit it hard. Thinking about that outcome is something you can't control, but it becomes frustrating. But if you dial it back to what you can control and say, hey, well, I controlled what I could. I picked out a good pitch. I put a good swing on it. I put the barrel on it. I had control over that, and I succeeded. The outcome and the results are going to take care of themselves. One of the greatest college football coaches of all time, Nick Saban, says becoming a champion is not an easy process. It is done by focusing on what it takes to get there, the process, and not on getting there, the outcome. So another example, you have these winningest coaches of all time. They, of course, know that they want to win, but they can't focus on winning so much. If they focus only on winning and because they are thinking about winning, that means that they're going to win. That's not true at all. The greatest players and coaches of all time possess this skill set. Developing the skills to shift your focus and thought process onto what is most important in the moment is absolutely vital to you reaching your goals and achieving overall success. And so one of the ways to develop this skill, I have a mental drill for you to help you start developing this skill. There's a free download in the description below. Get down there, download that, start filling out the worksheet. It's going to help you build awareness around the things that you can control and the things that you cannot. If we aren't aware of the things that we can control and the things that we can't, how are we ever going to differentiate once we are out on the field and we are performing? It's very, very important to get the results that you want and to go where you want to go. You have to learn to shift your focus to what is most important at the right time and the right place. So if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description below, get the free process over outcome worksheet. If you're listening to the podcast version, you can click the link in the show notes or go to ferrantebaseball.net/free worksheet. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Get that free download, fill out that worksheet, and start developing the process over outcome skill set. See you in the next one.